I have state Supreme Court envy. The Michigan Supreme Court just did something our North Carolina Supreme Court would never do: rule against a Democrat governor who's abusing his or her emergency power. As the Wall Street Journal writes, Michigan's one-woman rule is no more. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer drew heavy criticism over the arbitrariness of her lockdown orders in response to the coronavirus. Sound familiar? Justice Stephen Markham wrote for the majority, "No individual in the history of this state has ever been vested with as much concentrated and standardless power to regulate the lives of our people, free of the inconvenience of having to act in accord with other accountable branches of government." The court also quoted Montesquieu, the principal source of the separation of power. When the legislative and the executive powers are united in the same person or in the same body of magistrates, there can be no liberty. What a smart ruling. It's heartening to see a state Supreme Court stand up to an authoritarian governor who was using coronavirus as a political weapon, especially considering we're finally seeing some serious feedback on these draconian lockdowns from the international scientific community in the recently announced Great Barrington Declaration, currently signed by nearly 5,000 medical and public health scientists, over 8,000 medical practitioners, and more than 112,000 members of the general public. You can sign it too. Here's part of what it says. Coming from both the left and the right, and around the world, we've devoted our careers to protecting people. Current lockdown policies are producing devastating effects on the short and long-term public health. The results include lower childhood vaccination rates, worsening cardiovascular disease outcomes, fewer cancer screenings, and deteriorating mental health, leading to greater excess mortality in years to come, with the working class and younger members of society carrying the heaviest burdens. Keeping students out of schools is a grave injustice. Keeping these measures in place until a vaccine is available will cause irreparable damage, with the underprivileged disproportionately harmed. Those who are not vulnerable should be immediately allowed to resume life as normal. We aren't so lucky in North Carolina. Governor Roy Cooper has had our state shut down since March, and our state Supreme Court is unlikely to do anything to stop him because its 6-1 Democrat majority is okay with his one-man rule. That's why I have Supreme Court envy. Like Michigan, we elect our justices. We can change the makeup. To understand what's at stake this November, read Carrie Travis's piece. Outcome of North Carolina Supreme Court races could alter the political landscape for years. It's at carolinajournal.com. And visit johnlocke.org for additional information on COVID data and context and our state Supreme Court. And while you're there, please consider an investment in freedom so we can continue to bring you the information you need to make informed public policy decisions. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay informed.